CertPunch practice round for PMP certification exam prep course. 23 questions. Read the prompt, choose the best answer before the reveal, then listen for the exam logic behind it. Let's begin. Question 1 of 23. What is the main difference between the product scope and the project scope? Option A. The project manager plans product scope, and the project team plans the project scope. Option B. The project scope describes the features and functionality of the product, whereas the product scope describes how to get the features and functionality from the product. Option C. The product scope describes the features and functionality of a product, whereas the project scope describes how to get the features and functionality from the product. Option D. There is no difference. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option C. Exam logic. Product scope is the what, features and functionality. Project scope is the how, work to deliver them. This is a fundamental distinction. Question 2 of 23. The project team has been brought together for the first time to work on a network upgrade project. They were able to learn about the functions they will be doing on the project and what their roles will be. What will the team do next, according to Tuckman's ladder? Option A, forming. Option B, norming. Option C, storming. Option D, performing. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option C. Why it works. Tuckman's stages progress from forming to storming. Initial role orientation defines the forming stage. Question 3 of 23. The project manager is currently analyzing the requirements for the project. He has been informed that the stakeholders will be very disappointed if there are defects in the deliverables. He decides to ensure that the project team receives the right training and the best equipment available to build the deliverables correctly. This will in turn increase the overall cost of the project, but stakeholders do not mind the increase in cost. What best describes this increase in cost? Option A, expert judgment. Option B, cost of the requirements. Option C, cost of quality. Option D, activities cost. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option C. Key cue. Cost of quality covers expenses to meet requirements, like better equipment. This is a standard project management concept. Question 4 of 23. The project manager is currently assigning costs to each individual activity on the project. A team member has informed the project manager that he should include additional cost just in case the software needs more testing. What best describes this additional cost? Option A, management reserve. Option B, testing reserve. Option C, contingency reserve. Option D, project reserve. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option C. Behind the answer. The correct answer proves contingency reserves are for project-specific risks. Management reserve is for unknowns at the portfolio level, while project and testing reserve are not PMI terms. Question 5 of 23. The project team has completed the scope baseline and has started to break down each of the work packages into individual activities. What process should the team do next? Option A, create WBS. Option B, sequence activity. Option C, develop schedule. Option D, define scope. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option B. Reasoning. The correct answer proves the project sequence process. The trap is confusing the work breakdown structure step with the sequencing step. Question 6 of 23. While working on a project, the project manager has been inspiring the team members to do the best they can, while also regularly communicating the project's vision to the team. What skill does this best describe? Option A, facilitation. Option B, leadership. Option C, networking. Option D, active listening. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option B. What the exam tests here? The correct answer proves leadership as a core interpersonal skill. The trap is confusing it with facilitation or active listening. Question 7 of 23. A project manager wants to ensure that the new cell phone the project is creating will beat or match the performance of new cell projects by other companies. What tool would be the best for the project? Option A, collect requirements. Option B, plan quality management. Option C, meetings. Option D, benchmark. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option D. Exam logic. The correct answer proves benchmarking for quality standards. The trap is confusing process names with the specific tool. Question 8 of 23. While working on a large multinational project, you identify some of the positive and negative stakeholders. What process group are you currently engaged in? Option A, communications management. Option B, initiating. Option C, planning. Option D, stakeholder management. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option B. Why it works. The correct answer proves identifying stakeholders is in the initiating group. The trap is misplacing it in planning or stakeholder management. Question 9 of 23. The project manager and team have decided to hire a contractor to complete building out the remaining section of the data center. They have the requirements listed in detail and would like to use a contract that would present the smallest amount of risk to the project. The project team members would like to purchase the materials themselves since they are very familiar with the work. What contract is best for this project? Option A, cost plus project fee. Option B, time and materials. Option C, cost plus contractor fee. Option D, cost plus fixed fee. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option D. Key cue. The correct answer proves cost plus fixed fee limits buyer risk. The trap is not recognizing time and materials as higher risk. Question 10 of 23. While developing complex software for an organization, the project team creates a computer-generated model of what it will look like when it is done. This model is given to the customers for their feedback. What best describes this model? Option A, prototypes. Option B, data representation. Option C, data analysis. Option D, screenshots. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option A. Behind the answer. The correct answer proves prototypes for early user feedback. The trap is confusing it with a simple screenshot. Question 11 of 23. The project team has completed the server deployment project. They have tested the server to ensure that it works according to the requirements given to them, and it seems to be functioning correctly. What process group has the team just completed? Option A, monitoring and controlling. Option B, closing. Option C, executing. Option D, planning. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option C. Reasoning. The correct answer proves executing is about completing deliverables. The trap is confusing it with monitoring and closing phases. Question 12 of 23. While planning the risk responses for a construction project, the project manager and project team have decided they will have to choose a new electrical contractor due to the fact that the recommended contractor has legal issues with the local building department. The legal issues could cause the project to be delayed. What risk response does this represent? Option A, mitigate. Option B, accept. Option C, avoid. Option D, exploit. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option C. What the exam tests here? The correct answer proves avoidance by eliminating the risk source. The trap is confusing avoidance with acceptance or mitigation. Question 13 of 23. While managing a small construction project, the project manager informs the project team members that they are using more materials than necessary to complete the project work. What process describes this scenario? Option A, control resources. Option B, monitor resources. Option C, develop team. Option D, manage team. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Exam logic. The correct answer proves controlling physical resource usage. The trap is confusing it with team management processes. Question 14 of 23. While working on a project, the project manager asks the team to incorporate more of the user feedback into the deliverables. In an agile project, where do the customers give the team feedback on the product? Option A, retrospective. Option B, release feedback. Option C, sprint planning meeting. Option D, sprint review. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option D. Why it works. The correct answer proves the sprint review for stakeholder feedback. The trap is confusing it with retrospective or planning meetings. Question 15 of 23. During the data center development project, the project manager has noticed that some of the work being done on the project is not in the baseline scope. The project manager has analyzed the work completed by the project team and then compared that to the project management plan to see where the differences are. What process best describes the work of the project manager? Option A, manage scope. Option B, control scope. Option C, validate scope. Option D, monitor scope. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option B. Key cue. The correct answer proves the control scope process, which compares actual work against the project plan. The elimination cue is that monitor and manage are not formal PMI process names. Question 16 of 23. A project has completed 60% of all the work. The team has spent 55% of the project budget. The budget is currently set at $180,000. The sponsor has requested the project's CPI. What CPI figure should the project manager provide? Option A, $18,000. Option B, $108,000. Option C, 1.1. Option D, 0.99. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option C. Behind the answer, the correct answer proves the formula CPI equals EV divided by AC. The elimination cue is that CPI is a ratio, not a monetary value, ruling out the distractors. Question 17 of 23. While working on a project, you realize that you will not be able to install the server and the workstations at the same time. In fact, the team has alerted you that after the server installation is done, you should wait an additional 4 days before installing the workstations. This is due to the updates the server will need, which is an automated process. What do you need to add to the schedule in order to account for this delay? Option A, lag. Option B, slack. Option C, float. Option D, lead. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Reasoning. The correct answer proves lag, a required delay between tasks. The trap is confusing this with float, which is schedule flexibility, not a mandatory delay. Question 18 of 23. While working with the project team and conducting a brainstorming session, the project manager noticed that a lot of the ideas the team was coming up with were not organized. What tool can be used by the team to best visually organize their ideas? Option A, matrix diagram. Option B, Pareto diagram. Option C, flowchart. Option D, mind mapping. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option D. What the exam tests here? The correct answer proves mind mapping, a visual tool for structuring unstructured ideas. The other options are eliminated by their use for process flow or analysis, not brainstorming organization. Question 19 of 23. The project team has identified a number of risks that could affect the project. One risk in particular is that the permit to build the foundation has shown up late. They have ranked this risk as the most important in the project, since it will cause the largest delay. What process best describes this ranking? Option A, quantitative risk analysis. Option B, plan risk management. Option C, qualitative risk analysis. Option D, identify risk. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option C. Exam logic. The correct answer proves qualitative risk analysis, which prioritizes risks by impact. The trap is confusing this with quantitative analysis, which assigns numerical values, not just ranking. Question 20 of 23. A large development company has just initiated a project to build a 60-story building. The project will take approximately 3 years to complete, with a cost of $550 million. The development company has started to facilitate funding for the project by asking private equity firms and banks. What tools does this best represent? Option A, funding limit reconciliation. Option B, financing. Option C, analogous estimates. Option D, parametric estimates. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option B. Why it works. The correct answer proves financing, the process of securing external funds. The distractors are eliminated by their focus on cost estimating or fund limitations, not acquisition. Question 21 of 23. When selecting a project, the company looks at different factors that could impact their selection. What document best identifies the need for a project? Option A, project charter. Option B, project benefits report. Option C, project management plan. Option D, business case. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option D. Key cue. The correct answer identifies the document that justifies a project's existence. Options A, B, and C are distractors that describe project authorization or planning documents. Question 22 of 23. While working on a large project, the project manager originally counted 12 stakeholders. A new requirement and 6 more stakeholders were added to the project. How many communication channels are on this project? Option A, 153. Option B, 306. Option C, 360. Option D, 160. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option A. Behind the answer, the correct answer applies the communication channels formula. Options B, C, and D are distractors that result from miscalculating the formula or the number of stakeholders. Question 23 of 23. The project manager and the project team are currently assessing various ways of responding to a particular risk. The project involves reconstructing part of their current office building, and they're worried about a hurricane hitting and damaging the materials or parts of the unfinished building. The best response they came up with was to purchase insurance in case a hurricane does hit. What kind of strategy is this? Option A, mitigate. Option B, transfer. Option C, acceptance. Option D, avoidance. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option B. Reasoning. Transferring risk involves shifting the financial impact to a third party. Purchasing insurance is the classic example, where the risk of loss is transferred to the insurance company.